morning everyone, welcome in this class as we are discussing our chapter number 6, that is understanding our criminal judicial system. In our previous class, we have already discussed about the role of police, what is FIR, first information report, and what is the role of defense lawyer. So all these we discussed in our previous class with the help of Miss Santi's case. Today we will continue the chapter and discuss our remaining subtopics. What is the role of judge, what is the role of public prosecutor, and what is fair trial. So let's start our class.
We generally think that there are cases which are against one group versus the other group, but for the fact when any crime is done, that crime is not done against only a particular individual. Yes, when a crime is done, we generally assume that a crime has been done against the particular victim who has been suffered, but when it comes to court, the crime will be taken on a common that crime against society. So the person who has done the crime or who has been accused with charges will be considered as the person who has done crime against the entire society as a whole and not against a particular group or a particular family who has been victim of this. Like, for example, Miss Santi, who has done the crime against Mrs. Sindhe, here the case will be presented like state versus Miss Santi, not like the case like Miss Santi versus Mrs. Sindhe. No, Mrs. Sindhe is the part and parcel of the entire society who has been affected. So the crime has been done against the society and not against Mrs. Sindhe alone. So as the basic rule of the society has been violated, the court takes it as the crime against the entire society and the case will be registered like this, like state versus Miss Santi. In the previous chapter, actually, we discussed the case Lakshman and family have killed Mrs. Sudha Goyal. So that case comes as Delhi State versus Lakshman's family here. Because the victim is Sudha Goyal, but she is the part of a society. When the person does any crime, he considered as a person who commits crime against the entire society, but not only against the family. So the court will take him on whole doing crime against the society. Then the public prosecutor comes in here. Once the case is investigated, after the police files the FIR, checks the evidences, goes to the spot where the crime has happened, crime spot, then discovers the evidences, facts to establish that here the crime has been done by so and so. Then the entire thing will be given in detail to the court in the form of a charge sheet. So the charge sheet will be issued against the case after the thorough investigation has been done. Once the thorough investigation has been done, charge sheet has been submitted. The police do not have any role further. The prosecutor do not have any role when the investigation is going on. When the investigation or when the evidences had been collected, when the people are being arrested, when the charge sheet has been laid. Once the charge sheet has been laid and submitted in the court, then the responsibility of the public prosecutor comes in. The public prosecutors now steps in and try to be neutral and completely impartial. He tries to submit all the material facts or the live facts what he is having and brings them to the notice of the court, so that the justice has been done. So the prosecutor executes all the material facts what he is having fairly and submit all the witnesses, cross-examine them without any partiality on any side, and puts all the evidences informed to the court so that the justice takes place. Justice should be given in this particular case. Now, let us discuss about what is the role of a judge. The judge listens to both the sides, that is the prosecution and the defense. The judge hears to both of them equally. He acts as an umpire. The game of cricket, when he, after checking all the details in the charge sheet and check the evidences against the accused, if the accused is innocent according to the evidences which are supported to him, providing to him that he is innocent, then the court will give judgment saying that he is an innocent. If he has done anything crime and the evidences have established the fact that he has been convicted, then the judge give the judgment stating that he has done the crime and a sentence will be issued to him. So the judge cannot give a judgment according to his will or according to his interest or according to his friendships. How do we see in the movies or in stories? In movies, we see the judge doing favor to his friend or giving something in the favor of his friend, son, or relatives. But in fact, in the court, when the prosecution is failing to support the accused to do some crime through the evidences, and if the defense proves that through the evidences submitted by the defense that the accused is innocent, then the judge has to give a judgment stating that he is innocent and he is freed from the charges. If he finds from the prosecution side that the person has committed a crime and is been proved by the evidences supported by the prosecution, then even the defense try to manipulate it, it is not possible. And according to the law, whatever punishment he is eligible, that has to be given as judgment by the judge. The judge has to be neutral, should not take anyone's side, and he should be acting impartially, decide basing on evidences what he is getting, but not on his own interest or favor toward the story. Then he should not, means the judge should not have his own personal feeling. He should try to interpret the facts, understand what happened actually, and try to come to an conclusion whether the person who is accused is an innocent or he has been convicted for any crime. That's all. And finally, give the judgment. Now, what is a fair trial? In this case, we have discussed about the scene which happened here. Now, let us find out what is a fair trial according to the Constitution. According to the Constitution, if anyone is being charged with some crime or theft or something, first of all, he or she has to be informed and the FIR copy has to be handed over to them when they are arresting them. So, first, what is required? The FIR. A copy has to be given to them. Once the copy has been made and given to them, now let us connect it with the story of Miss Shanti and Mr. Shinde. When Miss Shanti was being asked to come to the police station, the sub-inspector of police who was accompanying Mr. Shinde came to her house, talked to her, gave the copy to her, and also informed to her that these are the charges which are being put against her. Once she has been informed, then she has been taken into custody and she has been given the right to present herself in the court, that is magistrate, within 24 hours. Once he has been submitting Miss Shanti to the court did not jump to any conclusion. The judge did not jump to any conclusion just simply because Miss Shanti was a poor maid. She is having 10,000 rupees in her trunk. They did not conclude saying that she has done the crime. So, impartial judge gives chances for both the parties of the prosecution and the defense side. So, to put forward these views, when Miss Shanti was asked from prosecution side about the charges and all, everything has been laid. Whether she is having anyone to defend her, she has been requesting the court that she don't have anybody. Immediately, the court has granted Kamala Roy with the expenses given by the court, appointed Kamala Roy as the defense lawyer for Miss Shanti to defend the case. This is been granted by the Constitution by Article 22 and Article 39A, like this. The prosecution has submitted her evidence and Kamala Roy has been given the chance to cross-examine all the witnesses who are there against Miss Shanti, and once everything has been discussed, the judge has took all the evidences clearly and come to a conclusion stating that Miss Shanti was innocent and crime was done by some group of men and not by her, and gave the judgment that she did not do any theft and she is given freedom from all the cases. This entire fair trial has been granted by the Constitution in Article 21. So when we talk about our Constitution saying that the Constitution grants the rule of law to everyone, which means that providing free trial or fair trial to all of them. Whoever has been accused should have a natural right and should have someone to defend him, should have details of what charges have been levied against him, who are the witnesses against him, what are the problems or what are the issues that had been put against him, then he should have a defense lawyer to defend him. The prosecution in this case could not prove beyond the natural doubts after a certain level that she has done the crime. It could not prove that because just getting money in someone poor person's trunk cannot prove that she has done that theft. So this made it very clear that she is innocent. So this entire procedure is being granted in the Constitution. So if the Constitution is granted it, and if the government or judiciary is not implementing them, there would not be any reason to say that we have rule of law existing in our country. So Article 21 grants fair trial. Article 22 and Article 39 gives us a chance to defend yourself, and also if you are economically weak and could not afford to appoint a lawyer, then the government itself bears the responsibility and ensures that you are given their helping hand to defend yourself. So this is what is known as fair trial. And when it comes to the case of Miss Shanti has given an opportunity to have a fair trial, and she has proven that she is an innocent lady, and she has been left free from all these charges. Even she has been taken to an open trial where everything happened openly, nothing happened secretly. Even her brother Sushil also was allowed to look at the procedure at the court. So all these things gives us information and comes to the clarity that what is a fair trial, and whether Miss Shanti has been given an opportunity of fair trial or not. And at the end of the judgment, the judge also made it very clear that SI's behavior was not up to the mark, because he has tortured Miss Shanti's brother for 2 days. So he highlighted that all. So the court does not accept anyone's mistake which are being granted by the court or the rule of law. You are not supposed to cross that one. So this is the procedure of our criminal judicial system. So this is all about chapter number 6. In our next class, we will start new chapter.